Hello, everyone. Welcome to another series of the Imprint Explained. And today we're looking at something very interesting. The topic is when you get paid to buy oil, and how did we get there? What does it mean for India? We're going to talk about that, right? So, what exactly happened? Very simple. So, you can look at the WTI crude, and it has now hit minus 37, right? So, this is the commodity exchange in the US, right? In the same way, the Indian crude oil basket also has followed the global trajectory. It has followed to a record low, right? But obviously, what it means for us is we still might not pay less. That what is the reason? We'll talk about that. Okay. So let's continue. So what happened? So the Sensex fell 3.2% yesterday, right? So the Indian equities traded really weakly on Tuesday as global markets went on a tailspin after the US crude contracts slid below zero for the first time ever, right, on Monday. And US President Donald Trump said that he'll suspend immigration to combat the COVID pandemic, right? And what happened? The Sensex lost something like 1,011 points. That is 3.2%. And the basic constituents, the losers were ICICI, HDFC, right? So basically, that was a huge problem, right? So what happened? The reason was the crude NYMEX WTI contracts dropped below zero for the first time ever over concerns over lack of storage facilities at a time where demand outlook was quite bearish. Okay, like obviously because of COVID, nobody is willing to buy, right? So basically idea ये है. At the same time, Brent futures भी at the all-time low है. June futures plunge कर चुके हैं, right? Right, May futures are below minus $40, right, on Monday, right? And so there's a huge problem. Okay, now let's try to explain this in a lot more detail, right? This is the news. We got that. Okay, WTI क्या होता है, Brent oil क्या होता है, ये सब हम obviously discuss करेंगे. So let's try to explain this. So let's try to understand first of all that the oil prices didn't follow below 0 day globally. It only happened in the US. Okay, so the idea is, although it might touch zero globally in the next few, months or something like that, there is two indicators. So there is WTI and Brent, on which oil is basically priced in the world. Okay, right? So WTI is used to price oil extracted in the US. Brent is used for the extracted in the Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Obviously, there is also another Dubai, based crude also, right? But majorly these are there. Then there's a Ural oil and so on. Okay, but Brent basically dictates oil prices for 2/3 of the oil supply. So that is the basic idea. Now, it was WTI that went below $0. Brent is still trading at $20. But now the question is, why is WTI so cheap? Why is Brent? Okay, first obviously because of the quality of the oil is different. WTI हल्का है, मीठा है, मीठा बोलते हैं हम इसको Brent oil, ठीक है ना? WTI को लाइटर से क्या फायदा होता है? ये लेस एक्सपेंसिव राइट टू रिफाइन है, तो WTI बेटर एक्चुअली में. तो sweeter is preferred to sour because it produces less sulfur residue. Think of it as a bad desirable residue. Sulfur जो निकलता है, sulfur content जो हमारा sour हम बोलते हैं, Oman sour, right? Dubai sour, because there's much sulfur content बहुत होता है इनमें. On the other hand, WTI में lighter है, तो आपको obviously जब refine करना है तो ज़्यादा मेहनत नहीं लगेगी. WTI actually should trade at a higher price because of this, but ऐसा नहीं है. Why? Because 2011 में Brent expensive होगा. क्यों हुआ? Let's have a look. So हुआ ये कि they trade at different prices because demand and supply vary in the respective regions. These changes in supply and demand, and this can be driven by geopolitical events, right, and production levels. तो 2011 में अरब स्प्रिंग आ गई and there was a fear of Suez Canal being closed. तो Suez Canal काफी important route है for transporting oil prices across Africa, Europe, and Middle East. So this bumped up the price over the WTI, right? Another example is when US producers discovered a new style of extracting oil called fracking. They produced too much and WTI prices fell. Okay, and obviously now coming back, what is the reason why WTI fell? So let's try to understand how a oil future क्या होता है और oil future कैसे work करता है. नाउ लेट्स से आपके पास अभी प्राइस चल रही है $30 पर बैरल. सो बेसिकली क्या होगा, आपको $30 मिलेंगे जब आपको बैरल सेल होता है. अगर $10 पर बैरल है तो $10 मिलेंगे जब आप बैरल सेल करते हो, ठीक है ना. सो नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज, अगर मैं $10 पे क्यों बेच रहा हूँ, राइट? व्हाई कांट आई वेट फॉर प्राइसेस विल राइज एंड तब बेचूं? द आइडिया इज दैट कुछ लोगों को बेचना ही पड़ेगा irrespective of the price, okay? Because they will lose more if they don't sell, because they will have to take delivery of the oil they bought and find storage for it. Okay, now we have to understand ये क्या है, मतलब ये कौन लोग हैं जिनको ऑयल चाहिए नहीं और फिर भी स्पेकुलेट कर रहे हैं मार्केट में, ठीक है? तो हमें अंडरस्टैंड करना है कि ऑयल फ्यूचर कैसे वर्क करते हैं. सो ऑयल फ्यूचर एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है जिसे मैंने आज लेट्स से लिया अप्रैल 2020. नाउ वेयर आई प्रॉमिस टू बाय ऑयल एट अ सर्टेन प्री डिसाइड प्राइस, कि मैं जून में खरीदूंगा ऑयल आपसे, ठीक है, लेट्स से 100,000 बैरल्स, एंड मैं प्राइस बोलता हूँ कि $30 में आप मुझे दे दोगे, ठीक है ना. नाउ अब मैंने लॉक कर दी प्राइस कि मैं 2 महीने में के बाद ले लूंगा. अब लेट्स से इफ आई एम ऑयल रिफाइनरी, मेरे पास कोई बड़ी ऑयल रिफाइनरी है तो ठीक है. अदरवाइज व्हाट डू आई डू, ठीक है ना. तो बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है मेरी, क्योंकि अगर मैं एक स्पेकुलेटर ही हूं तो मुझे तो किसी ना किसी तरह पीछा छुड़ाना है, ठीक है ना. सो व्हाट डू आई डू? सो as a oil refiner, I'm okay because obviously I'm making sure my future expenses are more certain, so मैं oil futures में इन्वेस्ट करता हूँ. बट कुछ लोग ऐसे हैं जो स्पेकुलेशन कर रहे हैं, वो सिर्फ इसलिए आए हैं बिकॉज वो सोच रहे हैं कि $30 अभी मैं फ्यूचर ले लेता हूँ, अगर 35 हो गया 50 हो गया उस टाइम पे तो मुझे प्रॉफिट हो जाएगा, लॉस हुआ तो मैं पॉकेट द लॉस एंड गेट बैक. अब हुआ क्या कि स्पेकुलेटेड ट्रेडर है, वो एक्चुअली में नहीं लेना चाहता डिलीवरी, right? The speculative trader does not want to take the delivery of oil. So a smart trader, so hua kya, let's call him Bala, he bought futures in 2019 with the promise to buy oil, say at $30 in April. The D-Day arrived and the price was lower because of COVID. Now Bala doesn't have an intention of really buying oil. He has to sell the contract on a D-Day even at a loss. So he will be charged something called the storage fees by the commodity exchange, and this will increase his loss even further. So he says, भाई किसी तरह पीछे छुड़ाते हैं. So the problem was no one was willing to actually take the delivery of the oil, right? तो कोई खरीदने को तैयार नहीं था in the USA. Why? Because storage capacity reach हो चुकी थी. So he's even then he had to sell. So he wanted to even give it for free, but still no one bought. So Bala said, I'll pay $40 to whoever takes delivery of my oil. Somebody agreed, and WTI recorded a negative price for the first time. And Bala limited his loss to $70. I don't know how many barrels he was buying. So $70 per barrel. Let's say I was buying 100 barrels, so I booked a loss of, let's say, 70,000 or something like that, right? Now, what does it mean? Coming to Brent, हम Brent use करते हैं. So Brent hasn't touched a zero or sub-zero level because there are very few people with empty, right? अभी लोग हैं जिनके पास empty storage पड़ी है. जैसे इंडिया भी अभी फुल है. I think हमें और storage capacity बनाने का प्लान बना रहे हैं. So 100% capacity जब हम टच करेंगे तो obviously Brent भी $0 से नीचे जा सकता है. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि ये हमारे साथ नहीं होगा. अभी 20 पे हो सकता है 0 पे आ जाए थोड़ी देर में. Some parts of but होगा क्या? Some part of the economy kicks in. जैसे अभी हम green zones में हम कर रहे हैं तो oil picks की डिमांड पिकअप कर जाएगी तो हम 100% ऑयल रिजर्व कैपेसिटी नहीं रीच करेंगे, राइट? जस्ट टू हैव एन आइडिया, इंडियन बास्केट मिक्सचर है ब्रेंट की, ठीक है ना, दुबई एंड ओमान सोर की एंड ब्रेंट की, ठीक है ना, मिक्स है ये, राइट? ये हमें समझना है बात को. अब बिग ड्रॉप इन क्रूड है, बट हमें इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आपको पेट्रोल का दाम कम मिलेगा. तो अभी भी 20.56 है, राइट, ऑन 17 अप्रैल. $10 लोअर है देन मार्च, बट हमारी गवर्नमेंट की पॉलिसी है कि हमें बिल्कुल भी चांस नहीं देंगी खुश होने का, वो हमारे एक्साइज ड्यूटी बढ़ा देती है. सो एक और प्रॉब्लम है, रिटेल प्राइसेस इन इंडिया लिंक टू फ्यूल्स, नॉट टू क्रूड ऑयल. ये काफी बड़ी वीकनेस है हमारी, right? But I would say that even that would also happen, that even the fuel prices all over across the world will also come down, right? So with that, let's try to end this. Thank you so much for listening. Join a Telegram group for the PDF of this lecture, right? Do subscribe.